Visualized thinking. Xiefeng. We have already explored material thinking, image thinking, associative thinking, and illusory thinking. It is clear that over 95% of humans live within the confines of these four types of thinking. To break free from their constraints, one must enter a higher state of thinking, and visualized thinking is one of the methods to transcend these limitations. Visualized thinking is about using consciousness to create reality. The phenomena of the vast world are numerous, strange, and dazzling, overwhelming the senses. If we dive deep into these phenomena and focus solely on them, we will forever be lost in the maze they create. To escape this maze, we must rise above it and observe these phenomena from a higher vantage point, as if looking down from above. The environment is shaped by the mind, and consciousness creates reality. This is a fact. So how do we create reality? We do it with visualized thinking. I have mentioned visualized thinking in my previous articles and provided examples. One example comes from when I was studying at Zhangjiago Geological Technical School. I sat alone by the raised railroad track, and at that moment, a clear mental image appeared in my mind. Several years later, this image materialized. When I found myself in that actual environment, I had a sense of unveiling a cosmic mystery. Later, while chatting with a friend by a swimming pool in Zimbabwe, he described scenes he had imagined years earlier, which then unfolded exactly as he had envisioned. This evidence made me even more certain that everything is created by the mind. This is one of the secrets of the universe. I also reflected on my own life and realized that coming to Zimbabwe and opening a shop in Harare were both things I had previously envisioned. Reality was strictly following the images in my mind. Pay attention, this is groundbreaking evidence and a revolutionary way of thinking. This secret is not something I wish to spread widely. I only share it with Chanyuan celestials, and only with those who believe in me and whose hearts resonate with mine. You have given up yourselves, and thus, you have gained yourselves. You wholeheartedly safeguard Xiefeng, forgetting yourselves, and thus, you are able to possess yourselves. However, those like Xiaoxi, Chenyan Celestial, and Sitong, who strive to hold on to themselves, ultimately lose themselves. They will never escape the maze of illusions. From this, we can witness the truth of Jesus' words and the profound wisdom of Buddha. Only by letting go of oneself and achieving selflessness can one truly gain oneself and attain supreme enlightenment and great wisdom. Diligence is correct, while laziness is dangerous. However, even diligence requires proper methods. Being busy does not necessarily mean being diligent. One can be busy for a lifetime without achieving anything meaningful. Now, we must focus our time and energy on what truly matters. We must accomplish in a single day what ordinary people would take a year to achieve. We must complete in a few years what ordinary people would need thousands or even tens of thousands of years to finish. How do we do this? By using visualized thinking. For example, if you want to live in a luxurious villa, conventional thinking dictates that you must first earn money, then once you have enough, hire someone to design a blueprint or purchase one, buy land and materials, and hire a construction team to build according to the blueprint. This process takes a long time and may not even succeed. This is the slow approach. The smarter approach is to first calm your mind, then, in a meditative state, visualize the villa in detail. The clearer the image in your mind, the better. Once you have fixed this mental image in your consciousness, the negative universe will mobilize everything, including yourself, to help you realize this vision. The only remaining factor is time. Some wishes may take a few years, while others may take longer, but realization is inevitable. In this way, our lives will no longer be aimless, and our time will be spent on what truly matters. Now, everyone should begin practicing. Start visualizing the future of your life and life. My suggestion is to first imagine a paradise, envisioning the joy and freedom of us Chanyuan celestials living together happily. Then, imagine life in the 1,000-year world, and further, imagine life on the celestial islands continent of the Elysium world. Other desires, such as seeking fame and legacy, are too insignificant and are best left unconsidered. It is crucial to always visualize positive things and beautiful scenes, never imagine suffering, hardship, or disaster. In my article on unconventional thinking, I discussed how former Minister of Culture Lifechanyuan died in an Afghan plane crash, which he had previously imagined. Last year, I read about a human rights activist whose death played out exactly as he had described in his diary beforehand. This demonstrates that the negative universe's energy is impartial, neither kind nor cruel, it simply follows the images one envisions. If you think of good things will come, if you think of bad things will come. I have also observed that many pro-democracy activists who ended up in prison had previously written about imprisonment in their articles. They believe that a true activist must experience imprisonment, viewing it as a university, a credential, or an inevitable path. This shows that their imprisonment was something they had visualized in advance. One must never imagine negative outcomes. For example, do not visualize a plane crash before boarding a flight, do not imagine failure before undertaking a task, and do not picture tragedies befalling your loved ones. If such thoughts arise, reject them immediately and firmly say, "No," in your mind. Your thinking must be clear, and you must not send negative or chaotic signals to the negative universe. Energy is neutral, anyone can use the energy of the negative universe through thinking, just as anyone who turns on a faucet will receive water. However, if your thinking is chaotic, the negative universe will only grant you a chaotic life. Once you understand the value and mystery of visualized thinking, apply it fully. If you have enough confidence, you can move mountains, part oceans, and create universes. However, please note that all thoughts must be directed towards positive development, never towards negative outcomes. The images you visualize should benefit not only yourself but also others, all of humanity, all life, and the entire universe. Visualize harmony, nature, and beauty. Do not let ambition grow too great, as extremes will always lead to the opposite result. Do not disrupt symmetry and proportion. The principles behind visualized thinking cannot be fully explained in a short article, a deeper understanding requires knowledge of the non-material world. However, what I have explained here is sufficient for practical application. You do not need to understand a computer's internal structure and principles to use it, you only need to know how to operate it. Starting now, we must not wander aimlessly or waste time excessively learning from others' wisdom. Every article I write is enough for deep contemplation and study. Use my writings as a foundation to search for all related knowledge, examples, and wisdom, whether from Christ, Buddha, prophets, sages, ordinary people, or science. All of these will help you understand what I write. If you do not know me and have never read the Lifechanyuan corpus or Lifechanyuan corpus, you may still have doubts. But by now, you should recognize that the knowledge encompassed in my thinking is vast. My thinking is holographic, it encompasses a grand system of the universe, space-time, life, gods, Buddhas, and celestial beings. You should deepen your faith in Lifechanyuan. Every day, take some time to meditate and create your visualized images. Imagine the most beautiful future for yourself.